Welcome to Around the Hearth, a Hearthstone podcast brought to you weekly.
Hey guys, welcome to Around the Hearth episode 9. Wow, this is episode 9.
I know, we're getting there.
This is a Hearthstone podcast that's thrown together by a bunch of guys who met on Reddit and
or Facebook.
And we'd like to introduce you to the guys sitting next to me virtually. We got ZT Dubs, say hello.
What's up, guys?
And we got Robson.
Howdy.
So,
what is up?
As we always do, let's find out what everyone was doing this past week in Hearthstone. So what's going on, Dubs?
All right, so I have something crazy. I got the quest, when was it, like 5 games with Paladin and then played 10 secrets. So I was like, let's build a deck with like only Paladin secrets and a bunch of sporting cards. And I played about...
I think there's a deck which does that, isn't there?
I'm not sure.
There's this Paladin deck which has a bunch of secrets, right?
Yeah, this said everything. But the thing is, every game I played somehow went to fatigue, and I ended up winning. Yeah, it was the weirdest because I played. I don't know. I played Hydrologist, got secrets and stuff like that. So I completed the quest on the secrets one, the very first game. But yeah, every game I played went to fatigue. I was like, I don't know what's going on. But it was
in
fun.
Wild?
No, in Standard.
What?
I played casual.
So you're doing it even without competitive spirit?
Yeah.
So you played a secret paladin without the secret paladin?
Yeah, it was. I think it was about 18 secrets.
Standard secret paladin.
I had 18 secrets in the deck or something like that. Doubles of all of them. And then I had like Hydrologist.
18 secrets.
I think it was either 9, 16, 8, 9, whatever. However many. I had 2 of each. 2 Hydrologists. I had Getaway Kodos, which kept giving me Hydrologists. So I kept playing. They just kept killing my Hydrologists. So I just kept getting more and more secrets. Yeah, so it was fun. It was a good time. That's all I know.
That's cool. And you get any good end of the season rewards?
What did I get? I got Argent Squire. Actually,
oh,
I know I joked about that last episode, but I got it, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, Argent Squire is
my
awesome.
Second one. That's my second golden one.
Nice.
So I got the complete.
Love
set.
Argent Squire. I get garbage every month. Bobson, what's going on with you, man? How was the end of your season and the start of your season go?
Oh, yeah, because I haven't been here for 2 weeks. So, well, end of last season, I got to Legend on the penultimate day of the season because I just randomly pushed with Aggro Druid and Aggro Paladin.
There you go. That's one way to do it.
I was on rank 5 at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and at 3 p.m. I was Legend.
That's how you do it.
Awesome.
Terrible.
That's 3 months in a row for you now, right?
That is 3 months in a row, yeah. And then...
First time Legend, now you're consistent Legend. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the first day of the season, I got to rank 8. I'm now at 5. I'm going to be a Legend by next week.
That's good.
It'll be my first. And I got a golden BGH.
Oh,
my end of season reward.
There you go.
I now have 2.
There you go. That's pretty awesome.
Sweet. And today, as in my pack reward for a really terrible North America arena run, I got the Rogue quest.
Oh.
So now I can play Crest Rogue on NA. I'm gonna find you guys and just ruin you.
I have plenty of quests. Come play me.
So that's cool, man.
And I've got a pretty nice run going. 7 arena runs where I haven't been offered Mage as a choice.
Wow.
7 across multiple servers. It just hasn't happened. I've got Shaman pretty much every time.
I like Shaman in the arena.
Shaman's pretty good in arena. I think it's a bit underrated, but I haven't been offered Mage. I've been offered Paladin, I think, twice and Rogue 3 times, and I don't really like Rogue in Arena very much.
No.
Even though I know it's supposed to be like one of the best ones, I always end up dying a bit too quickly. So how about you, Squirrel? What have you been doing the past week?
My past week, I finished off the season around rank 1,000 or so legend. I kept teetering back and forth, but it was fun. I tried to just play lots of Murlocs and kind of get it out of my system.
You're still on the Murloc train.
I sure love that deck.
Wait, if it works, don't stop.
Yeah. So the beginning of the season, I decided I just wanted to kind of
play something else.
Play something else. And I played some aggro druid, and I really wanted to. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering all over the place. Kalento made an awesome aggro druid deck that's specifically teched for ladder, which basically is just adding,
what's in it?
Just adding all the Murloc killing and the pirate killing stuff. Which is pretty standard nowadays, and it's such a strong deck. But I
gotta run all of the crabs.
As we mentioned a couple of episodes ago, I'm in a league, and the league is wrapping up very soon, and I'm in the finals of the losers bracket. And if I win this next match that I have coming up on Thursday, I will go to the live finals with the 6 other people that qualified.
On Twitch or something?
It will be on Twitch, and I will talk about that a little bit more if I make it. But there's big money involved, and it would be really awesome to qualify. So I have 4 decks that I chose for the tournament. I have my Murloc, my aggro Murloc. I have aggro Druid, but not so tweaked for ladder. I have a Freeze Mage, and I have a Taunt Warrior. So I'm really just been playing those 4 decks, and much less of the aggro Murloc because I know how to play that deck. Just to really just practice. I have another buddy of mine who I'm going to do some practice best of 5s with, and really just try to practice. My Freeze Mage has been the big surprise of the tournament because most people aren't expecting a pure freeze. They're expecting the different control variants and other things that are going around. So when I pull out the blizzards and when I pull out all the freeze stuff, and against
Frost Nova.
Frost Nova Doomsayer, they're just like, shit, I wasn't expecting this.
Whoops.
So it's been the surprise hit of the tournament, and I'm really glad I chose it. So that's been my week, and I'm just going to keep doing that until Thursday night is my next match, my final match.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Kill it.
So let's go ahead and get on to this news. We have a lot to talk about.
News.
Bobson, if you'd like to take the honors of talking about what recently happened with the Netherlands and UK match.
So, well, it was another. It was a whitewash again for the UK. Sadly, the Netherlands just steamrolled at us. 3-0. The UK are now sadly out of the global games. I believe we can no longer qualify for the next round. There's such a ridiculous disparity in that group. Like all the other groups are moderately even, and then that one is the US are on 4-0. Netherlands are second with 4-1 because the US have still. I think they're playing your last game tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon.
It's either today or tomorrow, depending on where you think you are right now.
Yeah.
For me, it's today. It might be tomorrow for you.
June 6th.
I don't time zones. It's the 7th of June for me right now.
Fair enough.
Time travel.
How's it in the future?
It's it's pretty bleak. Gotta be
Good
honest.
to know. Good to know.
Yeah, and in third place we have Romania, who are on 2-3. Third place is 2-3, and second place is 4-1.
Wow.
A bit of a
That's
gap.
that's how much those two have just fucking destroyed everything.
You don't mess with the USA. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, the USA are turning out to be quite good at Hearthstone in a shock move. And there was another little minor surprise in that Ukraine lost a game. Kalento lost. Although I think Kalento might have actually won his game, but then
He's still
other
lost.
parts of the team.
It's okay.
Yeah, their
Clemson
team is
can't win 'em
ridiculous.
all.
I believe Ukraine Ukraine have still qualified. So, because it's kind of the wrapping up end of the tournament, there's actually quite a few countries that have gone through to the next round already, irrespective of other matches. And a lot of them are kind of the countries you'd expect.
Yeah.
Like, the US are through, Netherlands are through, Russia are through, Ukraine are through. But then some of the smaller countries, like New Zealand, have turned out to be amazing and are already qualified.
Shout out to our New Zealand listeners.
Yeah, we have New Zealand listeners, which
We
is
do.
And our Norwegian listeners.
Yes, big shout out to Norway.
We love you.
so. Yeah, well, actually, I think it's Norway have already qualified. New Zealand have already qualified, and we've just discovered that this is two of our hotbeds of listeners. So
That's
clearly,
because they're listening to Around the Hearth.
Clearly listening to this podcast has inspired them.
Yeah,
has inspired them to victory.
Yeah.
But New Zealand are currently second in their group, just below Russia, obviously, and I think all the matches in that group have been played except for Russia, New Zealand, first v second. So that is happening next week. So that should be a pretty good match. I think that's one of the last games. And that should be a pretty interesting match.
Yeah, well, we'll
And then
keep our eyes on that.
and then, Czech Republic, Mexico, Malaysia, Canada, Italy, Greece, South Korea. They are all also through.
This is a pretty
So
exciting
there's not actually that many There's going to be quite a few interesting kind of final matches.
Yeah.
There's still quite. I think every group still has the third qualifying place left to play for. So
All right, well,
that should make interesting stuff.
we'll have to keep our eyes on that as the story unfolds, and see how it progresses. Also this week, we had the HCT. Another HCT was this week, and this was the Asia Pacific. So Dubs, what happened over there?
So we had our top four. In first place, we have Mage. Second place, we have Tredsred. Third, we have Citizen Napa. And fourth, we have Kranich. I didn't get a chance to watch it all. I caught a little bit of it. But yeah, it's cool to see everything wrapped up. We got our spring championship coming up soon. And
I think Mage gets around a bit. I believe I saw him the other day playing against Rekful for Rank 1 Legend.
Yeah, Mage definitely gets around, and it's good to see him qualify. But the other guys I've never heard of.
I've heard of Citizen Napa and Kranich, but Tredsred I've never.
Yeah, I'm not too in tune with
Tredsred.
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 So I'm just looking for. Hey, at least they don't have too far to travel to go for the championship. So, So anyway, it's going to be a good games. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of tournaments, though, our Lord and
Tournament
Savior
mode.
Ben Brode had made recent comments about the rank system and
Hail
tournament
Brode.
mode. And if you hear it from him, it's most likely going to happen. So, we've been
I
begging for
mean,
tournament mode, and they're listening to us. So really, not
I
really.
I did read what he said, and it wasn't so much him. It was more of a kind of we don't. It was kind of a we don't really know how we'd implement tournament mode without it being like heroic brawl kind of deal.
Well, I mean, they said that was one way they could do it. They said there's many ways they can look into it, but he said they are
Yeah,
looking into it.
they
That's all I care
they're
about.
looking into.
Yeah, it'll probably be a
Well,
year from now before it comes out. But hey, I'll still be
they
playing.
are
it
looking
here.
into new game modes.
Yeah.
Yeah, chances are we'll all still be playing.
Yeah, they said they want to redo rank system in some way, which I don't know how they really can change it. Maybe make it back to how it used to be, or maybe like make it kind of like Overwatch or something like that. Like you have like a big number, like you have like I don't know. It's kind of what the floors did, every 5 ranks. But
how did the ranking system used to be for
it was like they had
us noobs?
I can't remember exactly how it was. They had like diamond, gold, silver, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. And they had master challenger. It was like master challenger or something like that. But everyone kept getting it, so then they changed it to individual ranks.
The current system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just a little less grindy.
I mean, I think it'd be cool if like maybe like, especially if you hit legend, you started at rank 5 or something like that, or
Well, so
gaps,
what
maybe
he
extra
addressed
stars.
what he addressed was basically one, that the top players have to take too long to get back to legend to where they're going to play. That's one thing he wants to address. Number two, he wants to address the fact that players who are in the lower portions of the ladder, so like rank 20 through 15, let's say, kind of get stuck in that 20 through 15 bracket. And he wants to kind of expand it to make them feel like they're progressing more than just getting like 2 or 3 ranks. He also said that he doesn't want those players playing the legend players at the beginning of every month.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, and like I remember the first couple of days of every season would be just hell.
Yeah, no, it was
And now
terrible.
we're
just
the ones
get
stomping them.
Stomped.
It's absolutely terrible. So there's a lot of things to do. I could almost see adding ranks.
Oh, no.
I could almost make but like increasing win streaks. So I could almost see like, almost like going to like 40 ranks, and then like, the legend players and the people, like 5 or whatever, like they only fall back to like 20, and then the newer players, can kind of have like a 20 rank kind of like window in like the newbie kind of like lower people bracket, where they have more flexibility to kind of feel like they're progressing. I could definitely see something like that happening. I could see win streaks changing, especially in those lower ranks.
I hope the bonus stars, you get like more bonus stars based on your rank instead of.
Yeah, if they kind of extended it so it wasn't you go from legends to rank 16.
Right. Which is why if
that's really low.
Yeah.
They had more ranks, they can have you drop to 20 and still have 40 ranks below you. So so there's a lot they can do, but those were the main focal points that he wanted to address, and I really truly believe that they're working on it. So we're just hoping something happens soon.
Now we wait.
It'll be like within maybe.
Yeah. So also in the same, he was on Reddit, kind of doing Ben Brode's like monthly, like I'm gonna like go on Reddit and make a lot of posts and feed you a lot of stuff. And actually, I believe that this was actually a Twitter response as well. Someone had tweeted him about saying, that he finds that he really enjoys Wild a lot more than he thought he would, and he really wishes that Nax was accessible, so that he could buy it or whatever. And Ben said, that's something we're working on, something to that matter. So there's a good chance that
God.
Geek Five's like, gee, why did we get rid of content that people
Yeah.
can actually pay money
I
for?
always thought that was a weird idea.
Yeah, yeah. Given Blizzard's general stance on making money, that seems odd.
I think that the reason they did it at first, when they had the big change to standard, was I think the concept and the idea behind it was, we don't want people buying things that are wild when they don't understand what wild is, because they really treat people like they're idiots, and they cater to the new people. And the last thing they wanted was 1,000 tickets a day going to customer support saying, I just bought these cards and I can't play them. And I want a refund and this and that. So I think they might be saying, you know what, it's been long enough. People understand the difference between wild and this. We have the UI stuff that says this is wild only, and all that stuff. So I think that that there's a good chance now that they're like, let's throw this shit back in there.
It would be nice to buy some GVG packs.
Yeah, sure.
I need to complete that collection.
I agree. I also think that it would be nice if like doing arena, for example, like when you get your arena pack, if like it was like discover an arena pack.
That would be cool.
Because for people like me and for people that are more hardcore in this game,
Complete set.
but we go and we buy, we save our gold. We get 100 something packs at the beginning of the expansion, and I don't need more of this expansion. So it'd be nice if I could discover GVG packs or other things, and just give me more choice. That's the same thing I was thinking about with the ranked rewards at the end of the season. You want to know how to make it not feel so bad when you get that fucking epic dagger every month? Make it discover your reward. So if you're gonna get 2 commons and an epic, discover 2 golden commons and discovered an epic, and this way you can kind of pick what you get.
Yeah.
I think it would feel a lot better.
That would be.
What if it's 3 golden daggers?
Well,
Then you laugh.
That's
then
what
you
I
laugh
believe.
and you cry. That is what it would take to make Squirrel stop playing Hearthstone.
Yes,
3 golden daggers.
It would. I would screenshot it. I'd send it to Ben Prode and I'd say, "You lost a player. Thank you."
Fuck you, man.
So,
Fuck
anyway,
you.
so I think it's good that they're doing this, especially with the Wild tournament, which has just the top 64 from last month in each region are going to go, and I just think that it's really good that there's going to be this possibility and that they implement. So.
I want to buy some GVG packs because I never really bought any GVG packs because
Right. Really
I
cool.
was a little newbie at this point. I think I bought 2 of those packs ever.
Yeah. So another the biggest thing in our news for this week is the new patch that was released last week with lots of different features. So Dubs, why don't you start running off some of the features?
So we briefed on this a little bit last week, kind of speculation because they didn't release it at that point. But with the patch that came out, now you can export and import your deck, so you pretty much you copy and paste it. So you can share decks with friends a lot easier than having to hold your phone on your iPad or your computer and doing one card at a time. You always miss one and you go back. It's very frustrating. This makes it super easy, super simple. It's great for us. We can share our deck list. For the pros, they can share their deck list. It's just great. Now they're also making it to where golden cards stack with non-golden cards on deck lists. So now
This is my favorite thing.
Yeah, because it made it hard to screenshot your deck list too when you had multiple goldens and non-goldens. So now there's
just-
Hold on, let's slow down for a second here because this is big stuff. So have you guys tried the import and export feature?
No, I haven't.
Yes,
Not yet.
it is wonderful.
It's fantastic.
It works so well. I love being able to just go on Hearthstone and it now has every deck has a copy deck.
That's cool.
And then you just if you have a deck copied to your clipboard on your computer, when you go to create deck in the collection, it will automatically detect that you have a deck, and asks you, do you want to create this deck?
That's cool.
And it'll do it.
And
it'll automatically copy, and it'll automatically put in as many goldens of the thing that you have. So if you have one and there's a 2 of, it'll put in one golden. Although I think I've encountered one bug in that I don't think you can change the heroes of copied decks. Because my friend pointed out to me when I sent him a screenshot earlier, he was like, "Why are you playing with Anduin? I don't think I've ever seen that happen." I was like, "Oh shit, I am." But Tyrande said it's like favorite priest, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I went and just like selected her again, and still it's Anduin. So I think that is a minor bug. I mean,
they'll fix it next patch, easy.
We'll have to give it a try and see what happens. But
besides that, it works.
This next one though,
I love this.
It's absolutely my favorite.
And it's nice because you can just go anywhere and do this. When we post our decks of the week, not this week, but coming soon, we will start posting the copy deck, so that you can just copy and put it right in. But we'll link to Hearthstone so you can copy it from there. But it's fantastic. So the next feature that Dubs was talking about also is the golden card stacking with non-goldens on your deck list. Awesome.
Just makes it.
Yeah, it's more just a
awesome.
It's just nicer.
And for those
a nice little UI.
What it does is if you have one of each, you used to have one golden and then you'd have one non-golden listed underneath it. Now if you have that, it just will show the card with half a golden border. And
it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks cooler than either the other option. So I think what we should do now is just have one of everything.
Yeah, 50.
Have a kind of have a tiger deck.
Yeah, your J Druid can now be half and half.
Yeah. But I love it. One of the problems I always experienced was like in tournaments, for example, screenshotting my deck list. Sometimes they'd be longer because
it gets really
because I had one ofs, and then so I would have to take out like a golden card to put in a regular card so that my screenshot would be okay, and this and that. This just makes life so much better, and it's a simple thing, and I totally love that they did it. So what about the next one? Quest with Friends.
This one is absolutely my favorite because now I can just make my wife log on and help me complete my quest real quick. Because I always get stuck with the play hunter or play, or warlock or something like that.
How do you get stuck with playing hunter? Hunter's the easiest one to just smash out.
Well, it's just get 5 wins or something like that. And I don't know. I don't like playing hunter right now.
5 hunter wins takes about 10 minutes. Easy.
Yeah, I don't know. But now I can just smash my wife and then play some Hearthstone. No, but yeah. So I can play with her. We can complete our quests. Easy for all of us. Yeah, it's good.
Dubs, think of the children.
Think of the children.
Sorry, children.
We're sorry, Norway.
Yeah,
I know that you're sensitive.
Sorry, Norway.
But yeah, I really like that the new feature. It's good.
Norway never did have that conversation with their parents.
Yeah. Also, they added. You can
I really like this.
Past 500 wins, and I didn't realize how many wins I had. It's probably not that much, but I had 1,200 wins with my warrior, and I didn't realize how much Pirate Warrior I was playing back a few months ago. I guarantee you 80% of those wins were from Pirate Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played so much Pirate Warrior.
Well, it was awesome because this was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I was going to ask, what is warrior your most? Is your warrior your highest wins?
Yes, most definitely. Yes.
What's yours, Squirrel?
I think right now it's probably Paladin. But it's very close with Paladin. But I'm only 550, 575. I don't think I have over 600 with any of them. But then with Rick Rogue, I have 7, and Priest I have 12. So
guess what my highest class is? You'll never guess this.
Hunter.
Oh no.
Priest.
Hunter's 100. Yeah, it's priest.
Oh, okay.
The priest is on 850 wins.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I've
Well,
played a lot of priest.
You don't beat Fibonacci, the world class.
Yeah, no, he's on 24,000. Was it?
20.
Yeah.
I think it's 21 or 24,000 wins with warrior.
Yeah, same thing with, was it Zalat? Zalay? No, it's not
Zalay.
Zalat, whatever. Yeah, he's like
Zalay.
24K.
Wow. Yeah, so
I've still yet to hit
there was a lot
the
of
K
speculation
eventually.
of whether or not they were actually tallying this in the background. So when it hit, and I looked at my wins and I saw a little thing, and I saw that it had been keeping it. I thought that was really cool.
No.
Because it would have totally sucked if like everyone who had Goldens
Just at 500.
500 and just
Yeah.
had to keep going. So thanks to Blizzard for that.
It's pretty cool. That's
I
everyone
think
show
it's
off a bit.
but it makes playing a hero that you have a golden with not feel so bad, because
Yeah.
I actually encountered a friend of mine who listens to this podcast actually, and he said to me, "I'm not having fun, Squirrel, playing this game." And I said, "Why? You love this game. You want to talk about it all the time." He said, "Well, I'm playing." I think it was Priest or Rogue or whatever, and I just
Boo!
he's like, "I hate this deck," and I said, "Well, why are you playing it?" He's like, "Well, I want to play, I want to get my golden portrait," and so basically he got sucked into the getting a golden portrait was more important than having fun with a deck that he wanted, and I think that this implementation takes some of that sting away.
Yeah.
So thank you, Blizzard, for that. And Sabahuga out there, this is a shout out to you. Keep playing and having fun.
And good luck getting your golden rogue.
Play priest. I mean, I've got my highest wins as priest, and I'm still just playing Kazak as priest now.
But speaking of golden portraits, they finally made it to where you can get it shows golden borders for your alternate heroes, which I love, because
I can finally
when I
bask
play
in my gold.
when I play Magni or Murgle, I was like, man, I want to play the original one because I love having all this golden stuff.
Yeah.
I'll probably stick with Garrosh, but I definitely play Murgle.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what I do, Shaman.
playing pirates with Magni is kind of
It feels weird.
wrong.
It felt wrong. Yeah, I had two separate pirate decks, one for wild, one for standard, and I played standard with Magni, and it just felt wrong. I'm like, Garrosh is like looming in the back, like fire going everywhere, and he's just looming at them as pirates are smashing him in the face. It feels great.
Like tank up just feels so much better with Magni.
Yeah.
So much better.
But who needs tank up when you play Sir Finley and you're just a deadly or a steady shot him in the face? So
Garrosh would be an alright hunter, I think. He'd probably just like eat his companion though.
you'd see the bow and arrow, he'd be like, pull an axe. He's like, I got this, and just throws it at him. Yeah.
He's just got a quiver full of axes, which he throws. That's all. That's it.
That'd be really funny. That'd be a cool animation. Axe hits him in the face. I mean, now I want that. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
I could see it happening.
So
Garrosh would be a beautiful hunter.
let's go ahead and let's talk about the starting to get a little stale meta. Nothing's changing. I mean, it's fun. But, we were having all this blooming change every week at a different tier system.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of
It's
fizzled.
reaching that. Like, I'm quite impressed with it's taken a while to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean
nice.
every deck's a different class though. I love that. Can't complain.
Like the diverse class diversity is still amazing, but deck diversity is kind of very much on the wane now. Like now you've got control mage, quite a few paladins.
I think looking at it again, it changed just a little bit. Token
Oh, really?
Shaman is tier 1 now, and Control Paladin is the top of tier 2. Taunt Warrior is now tier 2.
Where's
okay.
Quest Rogue now? Is that
Quest
still,
Rogue is still tier 2.
Which
It's above Miracle Rogue in tier 2. Everything else is the same. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Token Shaman is, I think, like the most interesting deck in the meta right now.
Yeah.
Because it's really weird, but also really satisfying.
yeah, I'm just sticking with Control Mage, grinding away to get my golden portrait.
Control Mage has become my least favorite deck of possibly all
I
time.
play him with Khadgar. Oh, it's just great.
The Token Shaman is the new boy on the block as far as tier 1. Everything else is the same.
Yeah.
But I started seeing this come up, and really, it's for that deck though. It's strong, but it's all about the devolves, and getting off your evolve. So it's almost like it's hard.
I mean, I'm going to be speaking about this a little bit later.
Yeah, it's almost like a combo deck, sort of. You know,
it is. It is very much a kind of combo deck.
Yeah, so it's a very weird play style, and like if it goes off, like I haven't played much of it, but I've played against it a lot, and if it goes off, it feels really, really good. But if it just can't get going, it just feels terrible.
Yeah.
And I just
its strength is against other aggro decks.
Yeah.
Really.
Which is all you play against.
Yeah. Like I started playing that deck quite a bit because like you know when you encounter the new deck and you've got no idea, you don't know anything about it, so you don't know how to beat it. So I always think I want to like play a lot of a deck so I at least know how you're supposed to beat the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of fell in love with it. It's a beautiful deck.
It's definitely very interesting.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about it. You said you're gonna talk about it. Let's hear your little spiel. Talk us into the deck.
All right. So it's kind of like a really weird mishmash of several different archetypes. Kind of like it's a little bit of Evolve Shaman in that it runs Thing from Below with various totems and the Shaman Hero power and the Doppelgangster Evolve combo.
It's always fun.
Just because that combo is just brutal.
Bunch of 7 drops.
Bunch of 6 drops. 7 if you
he's
get
5.
it off twice.
That's right. No, you're right.
But
yeah, 6 drops.
For 6 mana, you can get 3 6 drops and a 7 drop. If your Thing from Below is at 0 mana, which is just painful.
Yeah.
And then it's got the pirate package, well, like the basic one, just the Blood Circle set and patches in the same way as Jade Druid does. Not Jade Druid, Aggro Druid. It's also got the Firefly, the Stonehill Defender, because that's mad in Shaman.
That's so good.
Like against aggro, you can just pick up an Earth Elemental. Against control, you can pick up White Eyes, or you can just pick up another Thing from Below to add to your Evolve combo. It's also got a little bit of the Jade package, just Jade Claws, Jade Lightning, and Aya. So it gets your Jades up to 6, and Jades are fairly good Evolve targets. Like if you just get a free 5 drop and Evolve it, pretty good.
Yeah.
But interesting additions is it's really heavy on totems, and one of the like standout things in this deck is Primal Fin Totem, a card which nobody thought anyone would ever play.
Yeah.
And is now like, but it turns out for this deck, this deck it's all about just going wide.
Yeah.
It's not about buffing things in the way that Aggro Druid is. Like the things stay as shit tokens, like 1/1s, 1/2s, or 0/2s. But it's just about having as many of them as possible because Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Bloodlust is the most. Like it's the card I hate the most when I'm playing
21
against him.
damage thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 mana, 21 damage is pretty. Like it, if you can get it's quite easy to get turn 5 lethals with this deck. If you're running against a slow deck which doesn't draw very well.
Yeah.
As happened to me in a match just before this. But this this deck's kind of weakness is the fact that, well, yeah, like Squirrel says, if you can't get going with this deck, like you can't build the wide board that you need, which is generally was what generally happens again if you draw badly against, say, an aggro deck, and they just, particularly aggro druid, like this deck, the only AoE this deck runs is 2 Devolve and 2 Maelstrom Portals, and I think they're basically just for the aggro druid matchup, because that one goes really badly if you can't. Devolve absolutely destroys aggro druid. If you don't draw Devolve,
destroys aggro paladin too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you buff all those little bastards, and then they get turned into wisps.
Yeah. It's even quite good against Taunt Warrior. If you just evolve their taunts and then play Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Cheap win.
Yeah, it's such a versatile card, Devolve.
Yeah. And
we'd never thought how diverse it could be as an offensive weapon or a defensive weapon. It's just
a great card.
Just very, very strong. That's really what I find is it's even Evolve. I've had many people evolve their stuff with just the hopes that they could get one of their guys to turn into a taunt. And if they get their taunt, then they win because I can't push the damage, and then they have enough to kill me. So
yeah. Evolve is it's the game of pure chance.
Yeah, it's total roulette.
Yeah. I mean, I've devolved before and it gave him something much better, and I'm just like, oh no.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but then sometimes you do doppelgangster evolve and you get like 2.
With the 1/1, the
what's that dude called? The 1/1
Grime Street something, or the summons the 6/6.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
I've had guys evolve.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy is. Yeah, but go back to this deck. This deck has it's quite good in that it has pretty favorable matchups against the kind of big aggro decks at the moment, Paladin and Druid, purely because Devolve and Maelstrom Portal absolutely ruins those decks, and those decks don't run any kind of AoE to deal with all these tiny little 1/1s. Pirate Warrior it has a bit more difficulty with. And that
clutch Maelstrom Portal.
No, the Pirate Warrior matchup generally comes down much more to Stonehill Defender than anything else. If you get those things,
so good. I can't believe how good it is.
If you get those things from blowout, then they just can't kill it.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but they should have made Stonehill Defender a class card because I love that it's in all these decks, but that card is just so good. Every class has different, really good taunts. I love it.
It is a class card. It's a Paladin class card and a Shaman class card.
Fair enough.
It's not in anything else because nothing else has good taunts.
Isn't it in Taunt Warrior? Unless I'm thinking of an outdated Taunt Warrior.
No, absolutely Taunt Warrior.
It's in Taunt Warrior, but not for any of the class cards, really. Just because it gives you 2 taunts.
Fair enough.
Doubling your quest completion is pretty good.
Yeah.
And also, probably the best thing about this deck is it just cheeses out so many wins through Bloodlust. And the kind of clutch Doppelgangster Evolve combo. Once your opponent just thinks, oh god, good, they're down to 2 cards, maybe I'm okay. Doppelgangster Evolve, and they're just like...
Yeah.
GG.
Not like this.
Then they cry. Then they cry huge tears. And they are... Oh, speaking of Devolve, did either of you guys see Did you see Super JJ versus Show?
No,
I'm not sure which So, I can't remember which tournament it was. I've only seen the highlight. It was Show's Control Paladin versus I think it was just a normal Jade Shaman. So what happened was Super JJ hexed. I think it was a Tyrion. I think it was the second hex. So Show went for Spike Ridge Steed, the frog. And literally what the casters were saying, it was, oh, it's the anti-devolve tech. Because obviously you cannot devolve a 0-drop.
Yeah.
And what did Super JJ try and do?
You tried?
He played devolve on it. And he literally missed the next turn because he was so shocked.
Oh shit! Okay.
Well, maybe that's why he's tired.
Like, just go and watch the clip. His reaction is
Devolve put him out of a job.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's now.
Super JJ retired.
Yeah, he has quit.
Has he joined life coach?
He's joined his best friend life coach, and they are now Gwent players.
You know, I played Gwent. I don't know. I can't get into that game.
I've downloaded it and have not opened it.
It's on the Xbox. I've been playing on the Xbox, believe it or not. And I gotta say, I'm not a Gwent guy. I'm definitely a Hearthstone guy. The game it's a very interesting game. I'm not going to get into it because this is a Hearthstone podcast, but try it for yourself and you'll realize that I'm right.
I mean, if you want an alternative CCG, fucking go for it.
You know, I guess
I played Elder Scrolls Legend when the NA servers were down for a while, and it was interesting, but it wasn't Hearthstone.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, I'm probably going to reach the point of meta boredom fairly soon, and then I'll try something else and report back.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. You know, every week I talk about how it's been good and how it's still feeling fresh. But as you can see by the meta, and as you can see by just kind of playing, we've definitely hit a point where
innovation
but it's still happening. Token Shaman is relatively new to the meta.
Control Shaman's moderately new.
So it's still happening. It's definitely drastically slowed down, and they've definitely found the ideal decks, for this. And I don't think that Control Mage, Aggro Druid, Mid-Range Paladin, Secret Mage, Aggro Paladin, and Pirate Warrior are going anywhere. So
that's still quite a few decks, though.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like we've got another good month, and we have a lot of diversity because you can just play something different. There's so many different things to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how we're feeling at the end of this month. It might be a Zelda month next month.
Yeah, send us emails about what you think, how the meta is. Do you like playing, or are you a little bored too? Or you could also, tweet us your feelings, or message us on Facebook, or you can give us a donation on Patreon and put in the little comment how you feel. All those are acceptable.
Tell us things.
We would love to hear your emails.
Whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah, we did have an email from a viewer last week. We did not get any emails this week, but really, honestly, what we could really use from all of you that are listening right now is iTunes reviews.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
We want to be able to get to more people. Every week it seems like we have a little bit more listeners, one or two more, but we'd love to have more and more people listen. So if you think this is a good podcast, please go to iTunes and go give us a 5-star review. If you think we're less than 5 stars, email us and let us know why are we less than 5 stars, and we'll do whatever we can.
But still give us a 5-star review. Yeah.
But really, it really helps us, and we haven't had one in a little while, and it would really, really make a big difference. We will read your review on the air and give you a shout out. So please, go to iTunes. It only takes about 2 minutes of your time, and that's the best way to say thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Boo.
right, guys. Well, with that, you have anything else you want to say to our loving viewers?
No, I hope you guys all have a great week, and send us an email, and hope to hear from you guys soon.
All right. Well,
Boom.
all right, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a great
Have a
day.
good week, everyone.